Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to a brand new Doctor Who epic review. For today, for this review, I'm going to be reviewing the specials, the basically the part of Series 4, so basically the Series 4 specials from The Next Doctor, Planet of the Dead, Waters of Mars, and The End of Time. And of course, before getting to my actual review on what I think of them, so I'm going to show you what I own. So of course, I have The End of Time singularly, as you can see there. Then of course, Planet of the Dead singularly. And then we have, in 1 out of 4 box sets, we have the winter specials with Waters of Mars and, of course, The End of Time. And I've got a lot to talk about The End of Time when I get there. Then, of course, I own them in this fantastic special box set. I mean, look how shiny it looks. It's brilliant, isn't it? I actually love how shiny that one is. So we have the complete specials there. Then, of course, I've got the little skinny version here. And, of course, I own it on Blu-ray. And this is, of course, was part of this fantastic DVD box set. So I'm literally just going to put the big box sets aside a minute because I'm going to talk about these stories through the actual singular DVD versions. Plus I want to put this one back in the place before they all fall down, because I've kind of putted all my Blu-rays all together with the collection wrench and the steelbooks and the standard Blu-rays, just so I can keep them all in Doctor order. So, talking about the specials for me to sit down. So, with David Tennant basically reprising the role of the Doctor, well, as a new incarnation of the Doctor, aka the 14th Doctor, I thought it'd be a good time for me to go back and revisit his first lot of specials, really, from 2008 to 2010. Basically from the 25th of December 2008 up to the 1st of January 2010. What can I say about these specials? Well, one of these ain't really good. They're not even, I don't really hear people talk about how good this episode actually was. I don't know if it's not in the people's fandom, or they probably forgot about this one. And then of course we have some of the great ones that I personally enjoy. So sit there and I talk and listen to me talk about my review on Doctor Who the specials. So what can I say about the specials? I do class these as part of Series 4. I literally think this is like Series 4 extended. So we have all 13 episodes of Series 4. I think the next Doctor's episode 14. Planet of the Dead's episode 15. Of course, episode 16 is, the Waters of Mars. And then, of course, episodes 18 and 19, The End of Time, because that's a two-parter of a story. So I kind of want to talk about little bits and dabs and what I personally enjoy, and then of course what is the weakest link of the specials. So the first lot of specials is The Next Doctor. I'm going to literally move that so you can kind of see it. So what can I say about The Next Doctor? For me, it's not very rememberable. It's not a great special. I mean, David Morrissey is the guest star in this, and he's actually quite good. He's the only thing about how good this Christmas special is from 2008. Actually, he's the only decent thing about it. So is David Tennant, to be honest with you. David Tennant gives a fantastic performance. I actually do quite enjoy Tennant's performance in Series 4 and in the specials. Don't get me wrong. Some of the specials, it's not Tennant's ability on acting, because Tennant is actually quite good as an actor, and I do enjoy him in the role of the Doctor at this point. I don't really like him in Series 2 because of the whole romance stuff. But Series 3, and he gets so much great. And then I really do enjoy the specials just for Tennant's performance, because they're absolutely brilliant. So the Next Doctor, set in Victorian times, we've got Cybermen for this Christmas episode. What could possibly go wrong? Well, maybe the fact that we have cyber shears. And if you're wondering what the cyber shears are, that is a cyber shear. Some sort of conversion between a cat and a dog. Yeah, it's not a great design. I absolutely hate the design. And the fact that in this story, which is really does kind of pull down the story for me, not David Morrissey or David Tennant, because I think them two got some great performances. The Cybermen basically fall out the void into Victorian London, fell backwards through time. And the basically plan is to try and kidnap a load of kids, orphans, convert the actual owners of the orphanages, and basically convert them into a little Cyberman by the ear pods, and then use the children to create a Cyber King. What could possibly go wrong with that? Yeah, not a great episode. It's not one I do enjoy. It has got some good moments in there between David Tennant and David Morrissey, where you kind of think David Morrissey is playing the Next Doctor, and he's got some good moments, and he pulls out a an actual screwdriver, and he goes, Rosita, give me the sonic screwdriver. What the what? I really do like the way how this does kind of play into Jackson Lake basically wanting to take the memory of the Doctor because he's lost his wife and he's lost his child because his child was taken by the Cybermen and his wife was actually killed by them. We also meet a Cyber Leader for the very first time in modern Doctor Who. This is the very first introduction to a Cyber Leader. Not a Cyber Unit Leader like we do see in Aliens, in Army Ghost and Doomsday. This one actually has like a black sort of facing. If there's an imagery on the DVD from which, yeah, there you go. That is a modern Cyber Leader. And that's the one thing I like about the special. It introduces us to another Cyber Leader where basically in, Revenge of the Sun, we'll get introduced to a Cyber Leader, Earthshock, the 5 Doctors, and of course in Attack of the Cybermen, we get introduced to a Cyber Leader, same as Silver Nemesis. And then when the Cybermen came back, they never really had a Cyber Leader, just had a Cyber Controller. So this story introduces us again to the whole concept of a Cyber Leader, which is actually quite good. It should have been so much better if it was set somewhere else instead of Earth. I think it could have been a much better story. But in fact, it's just one I don't really enjoy, and I don't really go back and rewatch this one quite a lot for the specials. So the next special is Planet of the Dead. Now, another sci-fi guy really does enjoy this special, and to be honest with you, in my recent rewatch, I understand why. I really do understand why, because I just absolutely love watching this rewatch. Basically, for my rewatch of this, I really loved rewatching it. The fly creatures look absolutely brilliant. I love the whole metal kind of like flying fish creature. Is actually quite good, aka the Swarm, because it's more than one. I really do enjoy them. Michelle Ryan is an amazing guest star. I really wish she actually became a companion to the 10th Doctor. I wish that we had a little series or something, like a mini episode or mini series with them two, because them two are absolutely brilliant and have got good chemistry. Yes, Michelle Ryan does kiss Tennant, but that is basically after he's just saved everybody on the bus from the magic portal of a wormhole that could basically rip a human in part and turn him into a skeleton. Yeah, this one's actually quite good and very gruesome story, because when the fly people go to try and eat the waste of the other alien planet, and because the Swarm already invaded there from their services a year ago, and they've eaten everything, and they're going around the entire planet faster and faster to open another portal, and this time it's locked onto Earth. Unit are in this one. I don't really care for Captain Marumbo, whatever her name is. It was basically, she was in turn left in that Ultimate Reality, and then she comes back in this one. I don't really care for them. I love Malcolm. Malcolm, I really do want to return, because he actually is a fantastic character, and he really does make me chuckle. Michelle Ryan's performance as Lady Christina, she's absolutely the best thing about this special, her and David Tennant, because the way them two literally get on with each other and basically have the chemistry, like the Doctor just generally is absolutely brilliant and absolutely fantastic, and I just really do enjoy it for what it is. Now, I know some people go, oh, I don't really care for Michelle Ryan in Doctor Who. I actually do quite enjoy it, and I really wish we had like a mini episode or a mini series of them. Hopefully Disney Plus and the BBC do pick that up. The next special. Now, to be honest with you, this is actually my favourite of the specials. Out of all the specials, this is my favourite. Waters of Mars. And this is a perfect story to watch around Halloween time. For this, basically, in a few days it's Halloween. This is the perfect story to see it. I mean, properly zombified water creatures take over human bodies because of an infection in the water. I love the connection to the Ice Warriors, because the Ice Warriors have not really returned in the modern point of Doctor Who at this point when this story was being aired. I love the fact how it has that little cameo of a Dalek from the Stolen Earth and Journey's End, the way when the Daleks invaded Earth and basically used it for the 27 planets. I really like that little connection to it for Adelaide Bluck. Lady Linda Sane Duncan, she's actually one of the best characters out of all the supporting cast of the episode, because this is it's just the Tennant specials. David Tennant in this one gives us a fantastic performance, and again, I really do love Time Lord Victorious. I haven't got any of the Big Finish stuff because it went through. If it was all going to stay a Big Finish when they did that a couple of years ago, the whole Time Lord Victorious range, I would have literally listened to the whole lot. But the fact you go from book to comic, then to CD, then back to book, then comic and CD, it's not what I'm really interested in of doing. But I really do enjoy the Time Lord Victorious in this actual special, because when we kind of see the 10th Doctor basically lose his mind completely because because he's there talking about him being the last of the Time Lords. It comes through his brain, and he just clicks into Time Lord victorious. And the way the 10th Doctor just basically goes berserk, and he shouts, "The laws of time are mine, and I'm gonna win." I really do enjoy that one, and I love the way how it goes, "Water, electricity, bam, what a bad mix." I really do love this special. It's one of my personal favourite specials of Doctor Who. Out of the Tennant specials, out of these specials and including the previous 3 Christmas specials, which is basically a Christmas Invasion, that, you know, One Away Bride, and of course Voyage of the Damned, this is definitely number 1 between them. If I was going to rank all of the Tennant specials together, including the 60th anniversary, I guarantee the 60th anniversary will probably be my favourite, because he's not playing the 10th Doctor. The reason I don't like Tennant is because the whole romantic side of him, between all the lovey-dovey stuff with him and Rose, I just don't really care for it. It really pulls me out of Tennant's character, but not Tennant's performance, because I actually do enjoy the 10th Doctor by his performance, which is why I've had to put him in 12th place, because I actually do enjoy the 10th Doctor more than the 13th Doctor, because I really think the 10th Doctor kind of has that fantastic performance. David Tennant gives that fantastic performance as a Doctor. Jodie Whittaker, it's like she tries to mirror between Tennant and Smith, and she's like a really bad kind of like knockoff between the two of them. But I really enjoyed the specials though. Tennant is absolutely brilliant in The Waters of Mars, and this is my favourite of the specials, and I'm going to be honest, this is actually my favourite David Tennant episode. It's my number 1 David Tennant episode. I love rewatching this one every single time. It's just absolutely brilliant and amazing. And the way the story is, and the way it literally films in with the whole creepiness of it, with the whole water dripping out like zombie-infested people, is absolutely brilliant. I really do enjoy it. And the fact that everybody dies at the point, because that's the whole thing, it's a fixed point in time. Everybody's supposed to die in this. The Doctor just flips and comes to time of victorious. He literally saves Adelaide Brock, and he saves 2 of the other crew members, so leaving everybody else dead. And then, of course, the other 2 end up basically surviving, and Adelaide Brock basically just kills herself, but because the Doctor's gone too far and changed history. I just absolutely love this one, because it proves how much damage the Doctor can do on his own, which is something Doctor Who has never really done. I mean, apart from the specials with David Tennant, where he has no companion in the ties, he's literally just going from one story to the other on his own. The last time the BBC tried this was back with season 14 with the 4th Doctor, basically in between Hand of Fear and The Face of Evil, where the Doctor has to go to Gallifrey. That's the only time that we have a Doctor on his own sort of episode, and of course Heaven Sent. But this is the one I think that actually works, and I just absolutely love it. And then, of course, the last special, which is the 2-part, which was broadcast on the 25th of December 2009, and of course the 1st of January 2010. This abomination. The abomination that is the end of time. I do not enjoy the end of time. I've always said this. When I rewatched this one recently, part 1, amazing. I absolutely love part 1. Part 1, I think, is the best part of it, and then part 2 does fall flat on its face. Now, some people are probably going, but what's your problem with the end of time? So many things. So many things is wrong with the end of time. And I'm sorry to say this to any other people that say, oh, the end of time is the best regeneration episode. No, it isn't. For the best regeneration episode of Modern Who, Battle from Planet of the Waves, followed by basically The Power of the Doctor, followed by Time of the Doctor, followed by Twice Upon a Time, you know, so on and so on and so on. This one, how am I going to say this but not actually insulting anybody? Because I'm not actually doing this video to insult people. But the end of time, to me, it is abomination. It's one that I do rewatch and now and again. It's just one of those ones I've got to be in a mood to revisit. It's like, oh yeah, I'm in the mood to revisit a 10 episode. Let me go and watch the end of time, see what I personally think of that. So, I like Wilfred, aka, you know, Bernard Crimmins. He's absolutely fantastic as the guest companion. And I'm really looking forward to seeing him back in the 60th anniversary with the 14th Doctor. What can I say about the 10th Doctor's last actually ever made story? Well, as I said, part 1's amazing. I love part 1, how the Master's resurrected from the dead, the whole energy power's gone wrong. I love the way how he jumps into the gateway and turns the human race into the Master race. Again, that's just absolutely brilliant. I really do like how we have the whole thing with the Donna Noble basically marrying Shaw Temple. And he goes, no, hang on, she's not going to be called Temple Noble. That sounds like a tourist spot. No, it's Noble Temple. I really love that sign. And I love the way how the 10th Doctor realised how far he went in the waters of Mars. John Simm's performance as the Master. It's good. Very, very cheesy in a few little scenes. It's very, very cheesy. I mean, the way he literally scoffs a whole turkey in one go because of the resurrection power going completely wrong. That's spoke of genius. And the fact he actually eats the whole people in the dinner cafe thing and you just see her skeleton. At Christmas Day, that would have terrified a kid back in 2009. I'm surprised the BBC didn't get any complaints for that scene where you just see her skeleton standing there and the way Johnson just shouts, dinner time! I really do enjoy that. I think that's a fantastic scene, which is one of the reasons why I like part 1, because part 1, even it's got like scenes like that, it's still very creepy when you just see the Master jump up in the air and you just kind of see his skull and you just hear the two people scream. And I really do enjoy the chase between the Master and the Doctor, where the Master's there banging onto the containers and he's doing like the sound beat of the Time Lords, and he's there banging and banging, and the 10th Doctor's there running, and of course the 10th Doctor basically loses him thanks to Wilfred and Minnie the Menace. That's what I think her name is, Minnie the Menace. But then you get to part 2. After the Master's turned the entire human race into the Master race, how do they end up doing it? Oh yeah, we get a cutscene to the Time Lords. We have Timothy Dalton as Rassilon. Now, I really do enjoy Timothy Dalton's performance. Out of the End of Time, Timothy Dalton and Bernard Crimmins are the two best kind of support actors there. David Tennant in the first part, he's absolutely brilliant because you do feel emotional for the Doctor because he knows he's going to die soon because of the prophecy. Again, the story could have been so much good. So much good. But part 2 just really lets the whole episode down. And it really lets the whole story down because of that massive build-up that you got in part 1. It just falls flat on its face. I'm sorry to say that. Yes, we got some good, iconic scenes with the Doctor and the cacti people. That's racist. I really do like that. And I love the way how they're rescuing him and they're just kind of wheeling him down the stairs. He goes, not the stairs. Not the stairs. And the way he's just shouting, he's like, oh, no, no. I really do enjoy that scene. I like the way how the 10th Doctor goes in scene and they go, the ship can't move. We're dead. He goes, fix the heating. And he literally powers up. There's an old saying in the Earth language. What's that? Allons-y. I really do enjoy that little scene. I love the fact when he jumps through the skyline and he's there pointing. Woman is there injured on the floor and he gets up, points the gun at the Rassilon, changes it to the Master, sends the Time Lords back. Now, this is the bit that really, really does my head in. He turns into such a whiny baby when he's there talking because Wilf basically tried to save a human. Another human from radiation poisoning. The Doctor is there telling Wilf not to do it. I'm like thinking, he's just offered to save somebody's life. And then, of course, the Doctor's there having that paddy over Wilf because Wilf's locked himself in and he's there knocking 4 times after the Doctor thinks he's survived. And he goes into that massive meltdown. Even though Tennant's performance in that meltdown is actually quite good. I do enjoy Tennant's performance in the End of Time. I really think he's got a great performance. It's not very much like the Doctor to me. I mean, if I was going to compare this to other regeneration stories, if I was going to compare this to Logopolis, you know what? Tom Baker said, it's the end, the moment's been prepared for. David Tennant, on the other hand, he's there throwing the tantrum. I could do so much more. So much more! But this is what I get. This is my reward. And then, of course, we have that stupid kind of pan out when he says goodbye to all the companions we've had in the Tennant era, with basically Martha marrying Mickey, you know, Donna's wedding. Then you got the woman from the face of, from the Family of Blood 2-parter in Series 3 and Human Nature. And then, of course, you carry it on and then you got, basically, you got Captain Jack at a bar with Alonso. We're very communications-y. How the hell would they meet in a bar? It's an alien space ball. Yeah, okay. It's a kind of a good scene where we've got Savine and you've got other alien species that actually appeared since 2005 in Series 1 all the way down to Series 4. But it just actually makes no sense. How would Jack meet Alonso in the bar and the Doctor giving him a piece of paper? Did the Doctor set the whole thing up so Jack can actually go and flirt with Alonso and after he's drinking his sorrows? You know, the whole thing with Elizabeth Sladen, that's kind of a good thing about it. I really do enjoy Elizabeth Sladen's kind of way of a goodbye. I really do enjoy that bit. And then, of course, with the Doctor going back to say goodbye to Rose, and at this point, I'm there going, oh my God, just let the whole Rose thing die already. And, of course, he's there talking to her, and he says, oh, what's the year? Oh, bloody, how much you've had a drink, mate? He goes, oh, 2005, January the 1st, 2005. You know what? I think you're going to have such a great year. And I'm there thinking to myself, oh my bloody God, just get her over with, because I really hate the whole lovey-dovey stuff between Ten and Rose, and this episode just, that little scene just really clinks at how the 10th Doctor has feelings for her. And then, of course, he ends up seeing U Sigma, and it says, your song is ending, we will sing you to your sleep. And then, of course, you've got the 10th Doctor literally there bursting into tears. I don't want to go. Grow the hell up. I don't really care for that scene. I mean, any other Doctor to do that would have been a hell no. So why the hell, at this point, back in 2010, 2009, 2010, they think that'd be a good thing to have the Doctor kind of crying, I don't want to go. I don't care. I physically do not care. If any other classic Doctor was going to do this at the time of the death, it would have pulled people out of it. It pulled me away from it completely. It's one I just go, oh my God, stop crying and just get on with regeneration. Do what the 4th Doctor, do what the 5th Doctor did. Just sacrifice your life and go on to regenerate into your next incarnation. That's how I feel like screaming at the 10th Doctor. And then, of course, Matt Smith gives us a fantastic performance and in the first 5 minutes of his Doctor's run until we get to Series 5. And that is the specials. And that's personally what I think of them. My favourite special is basically the Waters of Mars. The weakest kind of and the worst Christmas special has got to go to the next Doctor. But I do actually quite enjoy the End of Time a little bit. There's a few little nitpicks that really just bug me. Like the 10th Doctor crying, I don't want to go. Just get out of there. Just get out of there. So, sorry. I thought I was going to burp. What was I going to say? That's it. So, with David Tennant coming back as the 14th Doctor, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to diving into seeing what kind of new progression, because he's grown as an actor, what is he going to throw into the role of the 14th Doctor? Is he just going to, I really do think it's not going to be like another 10th Doctor copy, because we do have the Crisis Doctor for that one, so I don't really think Tennant is literally just going to be another 10th Doctor, like the 10th Doctor Point 2, but renamed as the 14th Doctor. I really think this is a whole new incarnation, which I'm quite looking forward to in the specials. From what I've seen from the trailer, it looks absolutely brilliant. I really do love the 14th Doctor's costume. It's so much better than the original brown-suited 10th Doctor one. So yeah, my thoughts on the whole specials, they're okay. They're not great. I mean, if I was going to say what's the best one, that would definitely be the Waters of Mars. The second best would have to be Planet of the Dead, because they're the two I do absolutely love. The other two, not so much. The End of Time and the Next Doctor, the ones I don't enjoy, because I really think Part 2 does fall for the End of Time, where the Next Doctor kind of basically, it could have been better on another alien planet instead of Earth in Victorian times. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of the Tennant specials? Please do like, subscribe, and share, and join for more awesome Doctor Who content. Have a cracking day.